everybody, I'm Diane, instructor certified for yoga and Pilates as well as Yogalates for Tempe Parks and Recreation. Today I have the pleasure of inviting you to a class on our Tempe Play at Home sessions, and I'd like you to, if you would, join me on the mat for Yogalates, which is a fusion of yoga and Pilates. So we're taking those two practices, mind-body, and melding it into an exercise system as well. Very beneficial for functional fitness. Your everyday activities you'll find get easier when you've been practicing Yogalates, as well as giving you that mind-body experience with the yoga infused into it. So welcome to the mat. You will need a mat. I have a magic circle here that I will introduce to you, but you don't need this if you can. And then we also have our blocks here. Mine have my dog's signature on them, but they're still good to use. And that's really basically what you need. We are going to do a little stretch here, so if you would like, a strap or a towel may help for moving into the hamstring stretch, or if you need some more support for some of the movements, a belt is helpful. So we're going to start on the mat with, every session starts with a bit of a check-in, working into the three-part breath. Now we do use two breaths in Yogalates, the three-part breath, which you use in the yoga poses and positions and check-in. And then we use the lateral breathing for the exercises themselves. So I'll prompt you on that breath. When we move into the lateral, it's a little different from the yogic breath. It's an inhale into the nose and gently pursing the lips, exhale out through the mouth on the exertion of the exercise. You'll find that the rib cage is expanding outward, sort of like a bellows, and then back in on the exhale out through the mouth. It's like you're knitting down through the abs on that exhale. That helps you to do the exercises as well and energizes the body. So let's begin with the three-part breath and just settle in. We'll take a few cleansing breaths first and rest our palms either up, sort of a receiving position, down, can be in the lap, resting, or if you like, chin mudra. You know, you see this position, even little animal statues have it, right? This has actually been tested and it increases focus and concentration. So the science of yoga, you know, is now being proven through some of the research as well. So rest your spine, let your shoulders drop in, take a few lovely cleansing breaths, inhale into the nose. Exhale out through the mouth, breath of peace. Inhale into the nose, exhale out through the mouth. You can feel the whole body begin to settle in. You might bring your attention to an area of the body, focusing on the hands, just noticing the hands as you're resting in the easy seated position. And we're going to be moving into the three-part breath. Above the navel and let the belly relax. It's almost like a little balloon that's pushing out gently on the inhale. The muscle beneath the sternum, the diaphragm, is dropping down. And you can feel the breath in three parts, from the lower to the middle to the upper. Exhale and drain the breath down. Be aware of that long exhalation. You're also allowing the navel to sort of collapse towards the spine at the end of the release. Inhale into the nose, exhale out through the nose. If you have a lot of thoughts coming and going, you can do a bit of counting. It's a great tool to calm the mind, gives the mind something to do. So you inhale, counting 2, 3, 4. Exhale, counting 2, 3, 4. And you can do this to yourself. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4. One more round. You might close your eyes if you feel drawn to that. Now, as we begin to move into the next inhale, we're going to bring our attention to the top of the head, We start with a check-in and a body scan in the practice. So as you inhale, notice the scalp, back of the head, sides of the head, and then bring your attention to the forehead. And as if you were allowing the muscles to fall away from center of the brow to the temples, down, drawing imaginary line to the jaw, follow the jaw line, drop the jaw line, and release any tension in the jaw. If you're clenching your teeth, unclench. Allow the eyes to rest. Maybe you're gazing downward. Eyes and the facial muscles as well. Now, as we begin to move a little bit more through the body, just observe as you scan through, letting go of the shoulders, creating space between the ears, the shoulder blades falling away from center like a waterfall, down, 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 the muscles on either side of the spine rolling and falling in, down to the lower spine and the seat, the gut relaxing and releasing, the hips letting go, down through the legs, down into the ankles, feet, and toes. We're going to complete the scan by observing our arms resting comfortably. Again, the shoulders dropped in. And from this point, if you have observed any areas that were tense, we hold a lot of tension in the shoulders. That may be the area that you find is tense. You can also take that information into the practice itself. The poses and releases that we do may help to release that. So we're going to begin now with a little bit of you can remove the bolster or pillow if you have one under you. I'm going to lean back comfortably, extend the legs out, and just flex and point them. We'll give some attention to our feet and toes. It's doing so much for us, right? We don't even think about it as we move through our day. And as you flex and point, then you'll bring it back to center. You can bring the toes in together, sort of kissing them in together, and then roll it out in a circle. And you'll also go in the opposite direction. So whichever way you started from, roll it out in the opposite direction. And then come back to center, extend out from the side just a bit, flop out the feet, and then give it a little swish. Relax your knees and hips. Going to be moving back into center position, and we'll take it down to the mat. So we are going to do some of the exercise portion which is drawn from Pilates, as well as melding the yoga with it. And it's a movement that what I can say is there's 3 points to keep in mind as you're moving through the exercises. I call them the 3 C's. So it's centering yourself, moving with concentration and control, and utilizing the breath that you need to utilize for whether it's a pose or it's the actual exercise practice. So let's come into the mat, into the seat, into Dandasana or the staff pose, extending our fingers. Our heels are planted down, and you can kind of draw down into the earth here. I'm in this beautiful park with the water, and I can sense the earth beneath me. So wherever you are, the earth is beneath you. And we'll take a moment, open the shoulders. We're going to take it down to the mat. I want to show you a little tool that can be used. It's called the magic circle. It has 2 areas that are spongy. Those are the areas where your heels would go on to, and your fingers are together, your shoulders are open. So you want to bring it in just a little bit and engage it very lightly, opening the shoulders. Now I'm going to show you 2 ways to get down. If you don't need support in, you're going to take it down kind of low here, gazing at your toes, and then up and over. If you do need support, you'll then come down with your feet to the mat. You can have your hands, at the thighs, elbows out, and then hinge back and walk in, or you can start with the walk in right from here. So it's just a matter of what you need for your body, your spine, and your neck. We'll come down to and extend the arms above. I'm just going to move this out of the way a bit here. Don't want to be hitting into that, and also so you can see a little better. And we'll take it to the mat, And also get the hair out of the way as well. So you might do that too. This way you don't have to think about it and enjoy your practice. So we're moving down to the mat. And we'll give it a nice long stretch, reaching out through the fingertips, down through the toes. I'm going to float the arms down. This is called Shavasana, so the arms come down to the, but we leave some space. Or a foot and a half away from the body. Support that's beneath you. Inhale and exhale, and we'll bring our feet together. In the left knee, pull in, fold in, energy release, exhale, and do some rocking out. So you can cross the ankles here and rock it outside. If you fly that wants to do Yogalates, it's like back to plant our mat, roll side to side. So roll it side a few times at your and finishing on the left side, come back to center. Going to move into something for the glute. Be your release, okay? The leg into center. Left knee as a brace to brace in, holding both. And you the right hand is the needle. Back of the thigh. Breath, inhale and exhale. Any of those, use that right knee as a brace. You might thread through, and you can hold at the shin or the back of the thigh, either way. And remember to exhale, because the exhalation will allow the muscles to relax into the flex and into the release, and it helps flexibility. Contraction would actually decrease flexibility. Okay, we're coming back. Support or not. So if you do, you'll have feet to the mat. Exhale, and then knee. Back, head to knee, choose to. And give it a as well for flexibility of the hamstring. So I'm going to take the mat. Here that we can use. So to just take it a little bit, point it out, and then I'll bring it up a little higher and see how that goes. I can bend my knee and again, check it out, and then press up and pull through the heel. So curl it up and have your arm at the top of the little fly. You may see this little fly inviting himself in or herself in. Heel, flex. Bringing it out to the right plie. Coming back to center. Bring it to the. So you're getting. and return to center. And then, okay, extending the right leg out. Like we did, if you see how to lift out. So knee, it's okay to there, but if you really want to gain a little more flexibility, keep it loose here, roll it out, and then tuck the knee back, press through. Bring it back to center, pull through, align with the level, and turn to the right. Look here, I got a lot of pigeons. Okay, and we'll bring it back to center, back in. Both knees in. Now I'm going to be moving on portion. I'm going to take it up to the top. If you would like to use a circle, you can. I'll imprint the spine down. I'm going to show you 2 ways to roll up. This is a chin. It's a little more challenging. Okay, when you come up, you'll pull through and C curve it like a letter C. Open the shoulders and then bring it back to this little imaginary wall. I kind of feel that I kind of set up behind me so that I can line my shoulders on it and work on posture. So that would be the one position. And then if you feel you need more support, bring the feet to the mat. And here you can curl it up, walk it in. Okay, so you can do that as well. So let's start with the half roll up, which is a little more supportive. And I'm going to have my knees bent about hip width apart. I'll have the hands at the back of the thighs here. Now I'm going to hinge back about maybe a third or so of the way, and then I'll curl it up as I scoop my abs. I can lean forward just a bit, elbows out, hinge back. Remember to exhale as you move up. Exhale it out through the mouth, and you'll hear the breath. So don't be afraid to make that sound as you roll up. Inhaling back on the exertion, exhale. Now for those of you who have a little bit more strength, you can roll it down and extend the arms out. Again, you might use the circle if you'd like, imprint the spine down. Now you're rolling lower position and C curving it, getting a little more stretch. So if you find this doesn't work for you, if your legs start coming up, you're losing the control, remember the 3 C's, imprint out through the mouth. If you find that you're losing control and you really have to out of your back to the first position, okay, the half roll back, because you want to do it correctly. It's very important and get stronger and for muscles. Okay, all right, one more, and we'll bring it down to center. I'm going to sweep the arms down. And we're working with, just move this back a moment here so you can see a little better. And we'll be working with the 100. So extending the legs out. The first position I'm bringing to the mat with my feet. I'm going to have the arms sides, just pumping up and down exuberantly. Okay. Second position. Be extending up. Now if you want to, you can bring it down lower. It gets a little bit more challenging as you bring it lower. Okay, which challenging, and you may need to adjust. That's fine. Now I curled open shoulders, but you can have your head down. If this works for you, it does challenge you more. Gaze towards the top of your thighs or your abdomen. You don't want your eyes to be gazing upward. Puts too much pressure on the neck. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to start in the basic position, and then I'll show you a couple of variations. So begin to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale. Now raising the legs up. Scoop it in. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 3, 5. 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 5. And exhale. 2, 3, 4. And give a little rock. Okay. Going to move into leg circles. Hips. We'll take it back to the mat, extended. I'm going to open the shoulders a bit. Realign your out hip width apart. So I'll tuck in the right knee and extend the palms are down. If you have, make a little pyramid, little triangle. You can plant. Okay. So that's very helpful for those of you who have spinal issues. We're going to begin with the arms at the side, open the shoulders, let the chin drop in. I'm going to have my knee bent or extended. That's up to you, flexed. You're going to take it out to the edge of your mat, down midline, to the other edge and around. Now we call this working from the bottom. So you don't want to go further than the shoulder on the right or the edge of your mat, but then you can take it out a bit further on that left side. So 3, we'll do 5, 4, and 5. We're coming back up to the top and tucking the knee in. Exhale. And we'll do the other side. So you can do this. Just show you that again. You can just take it like this. So if you feel clicking or something in the hip that's not right, your notches, okay? All right. Point, flex the abs down, take it to the left, down and around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to the top. I'll tuck back in. And extend out. Now we're going to work on the core a bit, and we'll be doing several exercises here that a flow kind of movement from one to the other. Okay, so we're starting with our feet to the mat once again, and you can modify what I'm suggesting. Be sure that you do what's right for you. Even curl in, and going to tuck the right knee in with the left palm first. Knee in. Okay, so let's begin. Right. And position. You can work right and left. Come around. The arms back, the legs lift as well. And your head. And tuck in. 3, 4, 5, good. Lift. Remember, you're breathing out on the exhale. Back to center. To a, let's see, let's do the up and down leg lift. We'll do that. You can ahead for a bit more, okay? So here we're lowering the legs, and on the exhale we're going to lift. Now you don't have to come down as low. You might have your knees bent and you could be here, okay? But try not to lift the seat up. This one we're keeping the seat down. We're coming up in an L. And 3, lift 4, scoop it in. Lift 5, exhale as you move up on the exertion. 6, with control, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Center, we're going to tuck these in again. This is going to be a crossover and extend. You'll have your hand back of the head, going to bring it elbow, open the right, and it's an exchange. Okay, now if you need more support, you have the feet. And continue right and left, 5 and left, right 6 and left, right 7 and left, right 8 and left, right 9, right 10, left, and we're hugging the sit back down. So let's roll back up. Remember, by holding, or you can do your full roll and extend up. Imprint the spine down, exhale, and come up to the top. And I'm just looking here. I have a bit of I'm on an incline or decline, and that's actually extra work. So that might be something you can think of doing if you do want a little bit of extra work and just a little bit of sort of an incline going up. That works. Okay, so I'm going to take us into a forward bend and just bring it down a little bit. Come back into the seated staff pose. Take a breath. And we're going to hinge forward. Now, we can also use the belt here. So if you'd like, slide your heels in and bring it underneath the ball of the feet. You can work with your belt. This gives you support to you can relax, or if you prefer, come in full without the belt. We're going to take a nice deep stretch here. So I'm going to probably hold this for a good half a minute, okay? So hinge forward and allow the elbows to relax, abs over the thighs, and then find a position where you can make contact somewhere. So it can be the toes if you're more flexible, it can be the shins, it can be the mat here, whatever works for you. And move into that with a sense of letting go. Easy, not really pushing, okay? You don't want to feel that you have to hinge in and keep pushing down. Just let your body take you in naturally where it feels best for you. And then when you find that sweet spot, continue to breathe into it. Okay, now we're going to take it back to center. We're back to our center position, and I'll be taking us down to the mat, lying down on the abdomen. So from this position, this feels almost like a half cobra, right? Let's take it all the way down. We'll slide each palm back. Our fingers are aligning with the shoulders. We're going to bring our head to the mat. And we'll have our legs together. Our arms are close in to the sides. Okay, now slowly roll your shoulders back, lift. And if you can come up higher than this, you will. If you need support, you'll slide your palms forward and left from here. So you have a choice. This is the King Cobra. It's a half position up. I'm not coming all the way up to the full royal. I'm staying on the lower abs with my shoulders rolled back. Going to do a little gaze to the right. The Cobra got a little curious here. And then I'll dip my chin down and half circle it. If that doesn't feel good to you, then don't do it. And back to center, and then turn to the left. Cobra, of course, is curious that way. And drop and roll to the right and back to center. And then slowly lead with your heart and come down. Okay, I'm going to take it to tabletop. So we're moving to the table position. I'm going to do a few cat-cows here. Your knees are about hip width apart. Shoulders open. I'm going to drop the lower abs as I lift the chin on the inhale. I'm going to curl it up, arch it, open the shoulders on the exhale, and you'll just keep rolling in and out at your own pace. Inhale and exhale. Arch it, open it up, sort of like a Halloween cat on a fence, right? Scaredy cat on the fence. And then release. One more. Now, as you come up for the cat position on this one, you're going to sink into the heels. Now, you can step each knee away from the hips if you'd like and deepen your child pose. So we'll extend the arms out into cat stretch. Allow the head to come down. You can also use a block underneath the head if you need more support. Sinking in. And now back to center. Going to move us into a forearm plank. So we'll take our forearms down. We have our elbows underneath the elbows underneath the shoulders, and then you're going to lift each leg and bring it into the plank position. Squeeze the glutes, draw the navel up to the spine. See if you can hold this one. I'm counting down from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now come back into table and again into the cat stretch child and release. Going to walk it back to our knees. This is the hero pose that I'm moving into next. My knees are together as well as the thighs, okay? And we have our, so I'm going to inhale and exhale. And just observe, letting my shoulders roll in, the heart open. And breath up, inhale, interlace the fingers, shoot the energy up through the first two fingers and draw the shoulders down, exhale. Okay, we're going to do a bit of a back bend here. I'll give you two different versions of this. If you are feeling very uncomfortable on top of the feet here, you can do a different version. Okay, so let me show you this one first, and you can try both if you like. So we walk our fingers back. The fingers are facing into the heels. Going to lift up, off, and roll the head back. If my neck isn't happy here, I can gaze forward as well, but keep your shoulders nice and strong, lifting up through the top of the thighs, squeezing the glutes. If you find this isn't working for you because of the area of your feet, then take it to a position with the knees about hip width apart, and we're going to bring it into a half camel. So you get that back bend that way. So we'll plant each palm to the back, squeeze the blades together, press the hips forward, squeeze the glutes, and then lifting the heart, moving out of the lower spine, the head comes back, or you can gaze forward if your neck needs the support. So either one, let's work on that. I'm going to hold this position since I'm in it now, but you can do the other one from the original position that we did. And we'll press back in. So we are up to the top. Take a nice deep breath. You might do this one from the hero pose. That's okay too. Press it down, squeeze the blades together, move it up again. Exhale, float it down. And one more time. Float it back down to center. Okay, time to get up to the top of the mat into our mountain pose. We're going to do standing mountain Tadasana and get a little more active with a sun salutation. So just kind of rock it back and forth a bit. Feel your feet begin to plant down. Open your toes. You can curl them up, spread them out, plant them back down again. Lean forward just a little bit. Lift up the right heel, plant it back. Lift up the left heel, plant it back. And spread the energy to all four corners of your feet, aligning your spine. You might feel like a little string is pulling you up at the top of the head here, aligning a bit more. Inhale, up we go. Press down to the heart, exhale. Bring it up to the top, interlace the fingers, and we're leaning to the right, standing half crescent moon. You can also release the arm down for support or to the hip. Bring it back to center. Take it to the left and return to center. Float it down slowly. Sense your energy. Sometimes you feel an expansion moving outward and back to the mountain. Okay, sun salutation. I'm going to do a basic sun salutation. I'm not going to add really additional postures, but they can be. In some of the classes as we progress, we do that. So we'll start at the top. Inhale, exhale to center. Inhale, forward. Bend your knees if needed. Reach back. Exhale, sweep away from center. Open the shoulders, your wings, and fly up to the clouds. Exhale, dive down to the earth. We can take our time here a bit. We might begin by just extending out. And we can fold in and hang out, hold the elbows. And then if you have a little more room, more flexibility, take it down to the mat, 20 digits across, feet and toes are planted in. Hinge in a bit more deeply. Lifting up through the sit bones. Step back, right leg, lunge position. And you can drop in on the knee here if you'd like. Open the shoulders, gaze forward. We'll take it back to plank. Sliding back the left leg. We have our wrist underneath the shoulders, squeezing the glutes. Going to lift the knees into the quads. Keep it nice and strong. Chaturanga. This is a yogic push-up. So your elbows press to the sides. Down to table. Now you can do that push-up this way as well for more support. So this is tabletop position for it. Okay, and then sink into the heels. From the cat stretch, we're going to move forward. Dip the chest and chin in. It's like a wave you're riding. Slide back, drop hips, rise up to cobra. I'm taking it up to king, but you can have more support here in the queen or slide forward and do a sphinx. Okay, so you choose what is best for you. Now into downward dog. I'll do this one from table. If you've never done a downward dog, tabletop position. You're going to pull the abs towards the thighs. As you look back, rock into your heels. Open the shoulders. Take a little breath here. Remember to breathe. 3-part breath. Now, we're going to do a little walkout. Come up on the ball of the feet. Press one heel down and then the other. Walk the dog. And come back to the toes, rock into the heels. Lift up right leg. It's a split position and we take it forward. I'll show you two ways. The first position is more modified. So you step to the mat, drop your left knee, walk it to the top, and then up. The original position, if you have the flexibility there, you can then work from your downward dog, lift up right leg, and step to the lunge, okay? From lunge up to the top, forward bend, rise up, and exhale. Okay, now we'll do the right side, so we are going to do the left next. So I'm going to take it I don't see how this is on the incline. We'll try it. Okay, so we're starting at the top. Inhale, exhale, and forward. Rise back, sweep. I'm going to do a little more flow now. Inhale up, exhale and fold. Take a breath here, folding in. Step back left, lunge. Step back right, plank. Remember, you can be from table here as well. Chaturanga, pressing elbows back close to the body. Back up we go, down to table. Back it into cat stretch, into child. Forward, dip in, rise up. This is the king cobra, but you can modify as well. Exhale, downward dog. This I'm doing from plank now. You can also do that from table. Back into downward dog. Adjust if you need to. Draw the abs towards the thighs, open shoulders. Fingers are separated and planted in. We're going to step into the right heel, lift up left. Big step forward or modify. Take it to the top. Exhale, right leg. Forward we go. Forward bend. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. That is our basic sun salutation. And bring it back to the mountain. And just sense your mountain pose. This is a wonderful pose to do to bring stability. Grounded. You can ground in with this pose, and it's very powerful. You know, a mountain is immovable, right? No matter what comes and goes, a mountain is always majestic stance as it's embedded in the earth. So sense into your mountain, take a breath, rise up, interlace the fingers. I'm going to move us into a standing balance pose. We're going to go into the tree. Since we're outside here, there's so many beautiful trees. I thought we'd share that with them. So as you come back to center to the hips, start by just moving that right knee up and bringing the heel to the inside of your ankle. And you can be right here. This might be your pose. You might bring it up or down to the heart. If you have more room and a little bit more balance, the knee. And if you're a little bit stronger than that, you can bring the foot to the inside of the thigh. Thigh together, pulling the seat in. Open the hips and just take a nice deep juicy breath here. Find your tree position. Maybe you sense a certain tree that you just love. You know, we're here in Arizona. It could be a cactus, right? Or it might be a lovely cypress lifting up to the sky. And perhaps the tree is opening up, sensing the sun. And you might bring it back to the heart again. And if you fall out of it, smile, laugh. It's fun. You know, remember when you were a kid and you were doing all those balancing things that you did and you just had fun with it. So bring that into your practice and back to center. Okay, we'll do the other side. So again, taking a breath, finding the mountain, inhale. Bring it to the heart if you'd like this time, wherever you'd like to center yourself, at the hips if you prefer. You can start right here. If your balance is, you know, pretty good and you think you can come right up, do so. But remember, you don't want to really be at the knee. So you're going to go below or above. Okay, and then get the core strong here. You know, kind of scoop it in, open the shoulders. The knee can be aligned with the hips. Plant the palms together. Take a breath. Inhale and exhale. Find your center. Finding there's a something that's moving you into the next position. I'm feeling the cactus today. And you can open up to the energy. So the practice is about exploring, get that sense of exploration, sense of fun, and we'll bring it back to center. Okay, I'm going to take us down to the mat. Balance here. we call it the genie pose. Okay, the genie pose. So I'm going to bring my arms out, and then I'll take the right to the left elbow, the left to the right elbow, like so. I'm going to cross my right foot in front of the left. Now, if you're a genie and you blink 3 times, you should be able to get down without any problem. Are you still standing? I am. That didn't work, so we have to do it ourselves. So what we're going to do is be very careful with the knees, step back the left foot, and come down into the mat. Be very aware of your knees here. If this isn't working for you, just come in the way it's best for you, okay? We'll open each knee up and come down. We're extending out. Gonna flop out the feet a little bit here. And roll down. Give it a nice long stretch, reach out. Sweep the arms down. Tuck in the knees. Bring us down a few notches. Practice. And we have our feet coming down to the mat. We're just going to roll our knees to the right and extend to the left and drop in. If you'd like, you can slide your right leg out from under, cross and deepen it a bit. And then move back to center. Drop in, turn the head to the right, slide the left from out from under, cross over, relax into it. And back to center. I'll tuck my knees in one more time. I'm going to raise the legs up. Now I can have the palms down to the sides, open the shoulders. I'm going to do a little walk out. I'm going to walk the sky. So drawing the word walk the ceiling if you're in your home. For support, out and walk it out, and then come back to center, bound to We're moving into Shavasana, relaxation pose. The arms rest at the side. If you need to take a stretch, you can. You just sense into your body. If you need for support underneath the back of the legs, you can do that. The arms are resting away, the feet flop out, and moment to release into the mat. We're going to spend a few minutes in relaxation. I'll take you into that through the breath and sensing each part of the body, a progressive relaxation. So once your legs are extended, we have a little exercise we do, a tensing exercise. So press your heels into the mat, flex your toes, see if you can get your legs strong, and then try to lift your hips off the mat, maybe a tiny little bit, that's all you'll get. And then you're going to press with your hands, lift up through the arm, down, you're doing this. And even tense and scrunch your face. Feel silly, let go, drop it all in. Can you feel the difference? The tensing, the relaxing. Feel your whole body lying down on the mat, whole body lying down, supported completely by the floor, by the earth beneath the floor. Breathing in the next breath into all the cells of the body, the life force, the prana. Drinking in the breath, revitalizing, refreshing, renewing all the cells of the body. Exhale, let go, wash away the cares of your day, of your week. You can feel it all go. Sinking in, letting go. Relax, relax, relax. That concludes our class, and you can stay in that relaxation if you'd like for a bit longer. I enjoyed being with you today. Take care. From Tempe Parks and Recreation to you. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.